Okay, I'm back. We are on student book page, let's see, 104. Student book 104, writing. Lesson lesson E, writing. Student book 104, 104, okay? Let's see, number one, before you write, talk with the partner, ask and answer the questions. Number one, what are some of your duties at home? What are some of duties at your home? What are some of your duties at home? Number two, what are some of your duties at your job? 3. What were some of your duties at your last job? Okay, what's your job? Most of them are homemaker or grandma, okay? Or one is grandpa. So what is your job duties as a mom or grandma? That's homemaker. They take care of a family. They cook meals and they clean the house and they do the dishes, they do the laundries. Those things are the job duties of homemaker, okay? Okay, let's say number two. What are some of your duties at your job? If you have a job, you have job duties, as we learned before. Okay, and what were, this is past tense, what were some of your duties at your last job? If you were a cashier, you handled money. If you were a teacher, you taught students and you prepared classes. Okay, let's see. Let's look at B. Read Marco's employment history. Complete the sentences. Use the correct form of the verb. Okay, let's fill out the answers here and then let's read this. When capitalized, okay, look at this part. Look at this part. Capitalize the names of businesses like a Valley Hospital. Okay, now let's see. Let's find the answer first. Marco Arba is an elderly. He works at Valley Hospital. He started in 2017. He has many duties. He takes patients from their rooms to the lab. He delivers x-rays, linens, and supplies. He also takes flowers and mail to patients. From 2015 to 2017, Marco worked. Yes, this should be the past tense because it happened before, right? Before when? From 2015 to 2017. So Marco worked at Sam's Soup and Sandwich Shop. He was a bus person. He cleaned the floor and picked up dirty dishes. From 2012 to 2015, he worked at Fratelli's construction company. He was a construction worker. He made repairs on houses and operated large machines. Okay, now we found the answers, so let's read this. Repeat after me. Marco Alba is an elderly. He works at Valley Hospital. He started in 2017. He has many duties. He takes patients from their rooms to the lab. He delivers X-rays, linens, and supplies. He also takes flowers and mail to patients. From 2015 to 2017. Marco worked at Sam's Soup and Sandwich Shop. He was a bus person. He cleaned the floor and picked up dirty dishes. From 2012 to 2015. He worked at Fratelli's construction company. He was a construction worker. He made repairs on houses. And operated large machines. Okay. Now, let's look at C. Marco's job duties now and in the past. Now and in the past. Now, what does he do? He takes patients from their rooms to the lab. And what else? He delivers X-rays, linens, and supplies. What else? He takes flowers and mail to patients. Okay, what about in the past? He cleaned the floor. He picked up dirty dishes. And he made repairs on houses. And he operated large machines. So we can tell the now and the past. When you talk about now, you gotta use present tense form of verbs. And then when you talk about the past, you gotta use the past tense of verbs form. Okay, so we practice the present and past. Okay, good. Now, why don't you open your workbook, page 98. Workbook, page 98. Workbook, page 98. Okay, let's find the answer first. Okay, employment history, Michael Bitter. Michael Bitter is a medical assistant. He works at Valley Medical Clinic. He started in 2017. Yes, you gotta use present tense, makes appointments for patients. He answers the phones and takes messages. He prepares the patients and assists the doctors. From 23 to 2015. Now, this is past, okay? So you gotta use past tense form of verbs. Michael worked at Fresh's Pizza. He had 2 jobs there. From 2011 to 2015, he was a cashier. He handled the money and opened the credit card machine. Operated. From 2003 to 2011, he was a bus person. Michael went to Westport Community College from 2015 to 2017. He was a full-time student in the Medical Assistant Certificate Program. He graduated in June 2017. In June 2012, he got his GED at Staples Adult School. Okay, so now you gotta know when to use present tense, when to use past tense. Okay, let's look at our workbook page 99. Page 99. Rewrite the sentences. Use the simple past. Okay, let's look at number 1. I prepare food, but I don't clear the tables. Use the simple past. What's the answer? Rewrite the sentences. I prepared food, but I didn't clear the tables. Number 2, I handle money and talk to people every day. Use simple past. Rewrite it. I handled money and talked to people. That's it. You cannot use every day and the past tense at the same time. I handled the money and talked to people. Okay. Number 3, I help the nurses, but I don't help the doctors. Past tense, I helped the nurses, but I didn't help the doctors. Number 4, I take care of my children and my house. Past tense, I took care of my children and my house. Number 5, I clear tables and handle money, but I don't prepare food. Past tense, I cleared the tables and handled the money, but I didn't prepare food. Number 6, I operate large machines and build houses. Past tense, I operated large machines and built, B-U-I-L-T. I built houses. Okay, let's read together. Number 1, repeat after me. I'm gonna read the past tense, so you repeat after me, okay? Past tense. I prepared food, but I didn't clear the tables. Number 2, I handled the money and talked to people. Three, I helped the nurses, but I didn't help the doctors. Number 4, I took care of my children and my house. Number 5, I cleared the tables and handled the money, but I didn't prepare food. Number 6, I operated large machines and built houses. Okay, let's move to number 4. Match the pictures with the sentences in exercise 3. Then write the words. Let's look at the pictures first. Look at these pictures first. These pictures, and then find out the job first. Before we do that, let's read the word bank here. Words. Repeat after me once again. Bus person, cashier, construction worker, cook, homemaker, orderly. Okay, what is A? Unorderly. She helps the nurses. B? Cook. C? Bus person. D? Cashier. E? Construction worker. F? Homemaker. Okay, good. We found the answer. Now, let's see. Look at picture B. B, a cook. A cook. What does she do? Look at number 3, big 3. Which one applies to a cook? Number 1, prepares food but doesn't clear the tables. That's the job duty of a cook, okay? What about number 1, orderly, unorderly? Unorderly, she helps the nurses. Number 3, I help the nurses, but I don't help the doctors. That's an orderly job, okay? Okay, picture C. What's his job? He's a bus person. A bus person, number 5. I clear tables and handle money, but I don't prepare food. Okay, what about D, a cashier? That's number 2. I handle money and talk to people. E, construction worker. What's his job duties? A construction worker, number 6, I operate large machines and build houses. F, that's a homemaker. That's number 4, I take care of my children and my house. Okay. Now, let's move to our book. Let's look at 107, page 107, student book 107. Let's study could, couldn't, can, can't. Could, couldn't. Can. So, let's see. Could. What could you do when you were a child? What could you do when you were a child? Like I could play with my friends. What couldn't you do when you were a child? What couldn't you do when you were a child? Like I couldn't drive a car. Okay? And what about can? What can you do now? I can speak English. What can't you do now? I can't speak Spanish. I can't speak Chinese. So this is present tense and this is past tense. These are positive, these are negatives. Okay? Present tense, past tense. Okay, let's look at our book. See, look at this part. This part. Use can and can't to talk about ability to do something in the present. Use could and couldn't to talk about ability to do something in the past. Okay? Repeat after me. I could dance as a child. I can dance now. I could run fast as a child. I can't run fast now. I couldn't type fast before. I can't type fast now. Okay, let's look at this conversation. Repeat after me. I couldn't drive a car before. But I can drive a car now. I could drive a car before. And I can drive a car now. So when do you use but? When do you use and? If you connect two sentences, positive, positive, negative, negative, and positive, negative, but negative, positive, but. So contrast. When two sentences are contrast, you gotta use but. Similar ideas, you use and. I can drive a car and I can speak English. I couldn't drive a car, but I can drive a car now, like that. Okay? Okay, I think time is up. So let's take another break and then I will be back. Thank you.